Sorry I'm late, but guys, we got Knightfight number 3. Let's talk about it.
Now, as per the last issue, Batman's going toe-to-toe with Jason, and the Heart has given him the powers of Clayface in hopes that it will force Batman to play by the rules. But Batman's not having it. As you can see here, he's done playing its game. Now, mind you, this version of Jason has been alone for God knows how long in Gotham, just by himself. And Batman's basically telling him, hey, man, I know what it's like to be a loner, but I'm going to stay with you. And that's really what Jason needs to hear, is that Batman is not going to leave him. And that's more than enough for the Heart to lose its mind and say, you cheated. Now, while the Heart of Apocalypse is throwing a little temper tantrum about how Batman is playing its game, it is also appraising him of the current DCKO tournament, and it is letting him know things are not looking good, and that it's going to test him further by testing his heart. And so we have Tim Drake's version of Batman, which is very much the detective I knew he would always be, right? He's basically in a locked room mystery right here. He basically finds out exactly who it is, and even shows us some holographic kinetic abilities, right? Kicking ass with technology, which is a very Tim Drake thing to do. Throws a little bow staff action in there and even says, man, it's been a while since I actually got to kick somebody's ass. And that's really just because this version of Tim Drake's Batman has basically solved almost every crime in Gotham. But keep this in mind, there's one he's never solved, and we'll get to that here in a second. Now, after getting back to the Batcave, the Bat family asks him if he wants to go out to not be like Bruce, but, Tim wants some solace by himself, and who could blame him? And then he sees this and realizes immediately that he's being hacked. Now, while we know it's actually the Heart putting Bruce in these machines, and Bruce is trying to send Tim a signal, Tim obviously doesn't know that, so he has got some countermeasures that would make Bruce proud. Now, obviously, they go toe-to-toe with Batman using the Bat robots to kind of get his point across, and Tim using his holographic technology to kick some ass. However, with only 4 issues, it was a short fight, and unfortunately, I did not get to see as much as I wanted, but moving on. Now, after a little squabble using some holographic technology of his own, Bruce breaks through Tim, tells him, hey man, it's me, it's the real deal, and I just want to tell you I'm proud of you and everything you've done. You've become a better Batman than me. I promise I'm not a threat. It's the real me. And Tim kind of loses it because he says, if I'm so great, why couldn't I solve your murder? So obviously, this Tim Drake's Batman was murdered. We don't know by who. Now, Tim uncowls himself, shows he is him. Baby, he's a good-looking dude. Bruce, you should be proud of it. Anyways, Bruce is talking to Tim. He's saying, hey, you had all the pieces. You could have solved the whole time, but, the mystery of who did it was, your way of holding on to me. And Tim says, no, 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 that's not it. I held on because I just wanted to solve one more case with you. And him and Batman come to this conclusion that, hey, you know what? We'll do this together and we'll solve the case. Unfortunately, the Heart of Apocalypse once again decides to be a dickhead. And see, Tim just wants to help Bruce because Bruce is not playing by the Heart's rules and it's getting really frustrated with him. And God, I just want Tim to be happy, man. I love Tim Drake. Now, again, the Heart's throwing a temper tantrum, showing him all these possibilities, saying, hey, I'm going to break you, man. I can make any version of your children, of all the people you love, hate you. But you know what? I'm going to break you in a different way. Let me show you how. Now we get old Grandpa Bruce here. I mean, he's not quite Batman Beyond old, but he's definitely a little older, not knowing what's going on, until here we have Damian. And this version of Damian's basically solved Gotham in a nutshell, right? It doesn't need Batman. And he understands that the Heart of Apocalypse is just being a dickhead and that he's not even real. But before he helps Batman, he wants to know what's at stake for this version of Damian. Damian then reveals he has a son named Alfred. Bruce is a grandfather. Man, that's crazy. I'm looking forward already to what's going to happen in Knightfight number 4. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.